So, last time we left off, you all went back home. Anna opened the door for you. Still no sign of Vasily. He's probably still out and about, despite the fact that it's been very, very late. And,
maybe he's getting lucky.
And so you settle in for the night. And as the first beams of light come in through the windows, hitting Rika straight in the head, waking her up no matter if she wants to or not, and slowly drawing down into the whole room, eventually also reaching Septimus, you wake up. Saban was already, awake before you, simply because he is Saban. That is what he does.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's too bad that I can't be put to sleep by magic, because otherwise I'd just get a spell to knock myself back out.
Saban is kind of odd, because you're pretty sure he's the one who goes to sleep the last and wakes up the first.
Saban, do you have a problem? Like, sleeping?
No, I sleep normal, like everyone else, screaming and nightmares.
Ah, sure.
Neat.
That is very normal.
And so the morning begins. The children are still sleeping, but you're all together in the current living room, as one could call it. And as you're still there, as you're preparing yourself, as you mingle around, it is actually around the time before you're all together. I think Rika and Saban may have noticed, but Septimus wasn't quite awake yet. At the time when you've seen Irene actually leave to go to the church. She greets you and wishes you a good morning and, then leaves. So, as you're all together, you have time to talk and make your plan for the day. Still quite early. In fact, it's still rather, it's, quite frankly, you would think, we're still mid-sunrise, but the quiet truth is, the sun will never quite be visible. You're still in Barovia. This hasn't changed. Even if you look outside, it's always a dim light. But at this point, it feels still somewhat realistic, like at home, because at this time of day, the sun wouldn't be completely out yet. But as the dreariness fades, you begin to make your plans. It occurs to you that you have a big decision in front of you. How you spend your day today. With the event upcoming, you could either attend or use this opportunity to do some of your other business. Or you could do whatever else you feel like.
Time to disappear. For 2.5 years.
Old habits die hard.
That would not be a horrible idea.
Bye.
I'm starting to wonder if we've gotten a bit too invested in the politics of this place.
I mean, you can always ask Saban hints on how to leave properly.
So, both of you, what do you think we should do? Where do we go from here?
I don't know. Other than maybe going to the festival and seeing the showcase.
Frankly, I'm wondering if perhaps, well, I can't speak for all of us, but I can speak for myself. I think I've gotten too involved with the politics of this place. But I'm just thinking, it's not like I want to live in this place forever. I can't settle down just yet, but If I were to settle down somewhere, it would be here. So I'm thinking, maybe we should get going. I want to follow that lead that Saban found. I want to find my brother if I can find him. There's a lead. I don't know how much that lead is gonna stay hot. And Rika, you still have your friend Varney to look for. And Saban, you still have answers that you're looking for. Have we really just reached all our goals? Are we just gonna retire in Wallachia and stay here?
Well, I was under the impression that you were gonna take care of Anna and Hans and Gretel, and then we'd continue on our way.
I think that is best thing to do. Irene is safe. She is going to be on holy ground. She's going to be fine. But I just don't know what to do with the kids.
As this occurs to you, you can't help
In
but
character, was Saban told about the fact that there's some Strahd follower assassin in the town? I can't remember.
I can't even remember who has been told about. Oh yes, it was. I think it was specifically Septimus. And
Yeah,
he
I remember
told
Septimus
you.
told.
He told you. He told you.
No,
You were told that
yes,
one
Saban
evening.
would bring it up like, well, even if the undead beings can't enter holy ground, there is a person here who does serve the castle. I'm not sure if he's gonna have any problems entering the church.
Probably not.
So I think he should also be taken care of before we leave.
Rika, you and Berlana were in Vishta's house for a very long time. What did you find out?
Well, she does she does kind of serve Strahd. Well, she doesn't really serve Strahd, but if Strahd tells her to do something, she's going to do it.
Excellent. So we go to the Burgomeister, we tell him that, and it's a done deal.
Well, the reasons for it are complicated.
What's complicated about serving a tyrant?
Okay, so first of all, she kind of believes that that she knows what's better for the people than the current establishment, and she kind of thinks Strahd would do a better job.
Has she been to Barovia?
Exactly.
She does think that what's happened to Barovia is bad, but she also, chalks it up to being the Burgomaster has worked against Strahd. But she was content to do the diplomatic option of going through the government and slowly, diplomatically change the government. But
Septimus, as you are in this conversation, and of course you are very keen to basically get it done and hand it into the Burgomaster, it occurs to you that the main thing you were asked for, though, is not only to figure it out, but also to find proof.
I am frustrated. I remember that.
But she showed us her daughter, and her daughter is not doing very well psychologically. Because of a certain Burgomaster's son.
The one who was spying on us?
Yes. Who is dabbling in magic. Who apparently knows the spell, the spell suggestion. And like the re-education center knows how to, I'd say, brainwash someone by repeatedly using a fairly easy spell, but doing it so much over so long that it kind of changes it actually changes their opinion permanently. Though Hannah, Veshta's daughter, is, I'd say, broken is a very close description.
What of these re-education camps? Where are these? Do we know?
Well, we could probably find the re-education center. It's probably not that hard to find, but that's where people who do misdemeanor crimes go, right? Where they then re-educate someone and put them out again. That's the whole thing.
Then this was all for nothing. Wallachia is not safe. It's not safe for the kids, it's not safe for Irene, it's not even safe for us.
No.
So,
Well, for the kids, I'm willing to wager it's safer than the wilderness on Barovia.
Yes. It is safer than outside the city.
Otherwise, it is the safest. Doesn't mean it's necessarily safe, but it is the safest.
Yeah, as it's safer than outside, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily very safe.
So what does this mean? Where do we go from here? It's not just black and white. Burgomaster good, Veshta bad. So we take care of her and then everything's hunky-dory. I can't leave. I know you, Rika, can't leave Anna here, knowing that she's basically one trip up in front of the law away from maybe being sent to a place like that and becoming like Veshta's daughter.
Well, you don't become like Veshta's daughter at the re-education center.
What?
They just brainwash you and change your outlook permanently by reducing suggestion. What the Burgomaster's son did is actually just break her by emulating what they're doing, not doing what they're doing. That's what she said. And it's from Veshta, so we have an unreliable narrator, seeing as we don't know whether Veshta speaks the truth or not. But it does from using detect magic, Brillana using detect magic, and using dispel magic.
On one hand, what better way to get to town or anyone in your side if you're supporting the castle by saying that the other side is literally breaking minds?
Well, I mean, it is. Again, that's why we have an unreliable narrator, but both sides could lie to us.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm certain the Burgomaster wouldn't like to tell us that he's brainwashing the citizens. And I'm sure that Lady Veshta would like to lie to make us her allies instead. So...
as you mill over all of this, suddenly your thoughts are interrupted by a sound. As you hear the sound of metal mechanism interlocking with each other, and the key of the door turning as Vasily enters back into the house. As he steps inside, he closes the door. Clearly, there is some part of visible tiredness, to the point that apparently he has not noticed you the moment he stepped in. As he turns around, he looks somewhat surprised to see you all up so early.
Good morning, soldier.
Yes, good morning. Good morning. But,
Had a good night?
oh, yes, most definitely. He sort of walks towards you, trying to look casual. So, did you all have a nice day?
Well, there's not much day today, so
Yeah,
so far it's been.
he leans onto one of the couches. I was just gonna say Rika and Saban, you're the ones standing close to it, when both of you can smell a distinct amount of alcohol.
Had a good night?
Yes. I had a very good night, a very productive night, and yeah. So,
Do you need some coffee?
Oh, I've had a lot of productive nights in taverns.
yes. Actually, great idea. I think I will go and get myself a coffee. Does anybody else want one?
No, that's not.
Sure, I could have one.
I could have one as well.
Alright, I'll get right to it. I should probably be a bit more quiet. The other one's still sleeping?
Kids, yeah.
Right, yes.
Still.
And he sort of walks past you guys into the kitchen.
I don't know whether that's usual behavior for him. I don't know whether I should be put off or not. One.
Yes, Spawn has been waking up early. Is this how normal of him?
No, last day, you haven't spent all that much time with him. Actually, you have spent multiple days now with him. But anyway, this is the first time that you've noticed this anyway happening. I mean, you're pretty sure other days that he was sleeping just like everyone else. In fact, Rika, you were sleeping with him the first night you spent here, so not sleep in each other's presence is what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say things like that, Daniel. I might just have to kill him.
I'm revealing the mystery. Oops.
I mean, I can forge a will. Leave it all to me. Permanent residency, I know.
Excellent. Make sure write down that we inherit everything. Make sure you write that down. We need this.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. That's what I was gonna do. Yeah.
Things would be so much easier if only we were evil. Anyway. I think, like, what I propose is we stay for a little while longer. We figure out what's going on with Veshta. See if we can... I vote to deliver her to the Burgomaster.
Well,
I'm aware that his son is... If what she said is true, then yes, he is trash. His son, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, I think we all remember what Barovia was like.
Yes, and she plans to do it by revolution, so that's another point against her.
So no, revolutions are not a thing. Evolution is not going to happen here if I have something to say for it. Look at and listen to me talking. My father would be so Point is, if we deliver Veshta to the Burgomaster, then it wouldn't be unreasonable if we were to ask him for weaponry. First of all, silver weaponry, so we can go into the woods, into the wilderness.
Well, he was planning to give us our licenses and such after we finish this mission.
I mean, yeah, but if we do that, if we complete the mission, and we phrase it as in we subverted revolution by offering this woman to you, by bringing in this criminal, it will not be rational to ask for silver weapons and also to ensure that the kids are going to have a safe place to be in. Possibly away from his son.
Yes. Another factor that I forgot. They were supposed to get married.
Married?
Yes.
They were supposed to get married.
Lady Vashtor's daughter and the Burgomaster's son were supposed to get married because inter-house marriages and, you know, strengthening alliances and such.
That is something that one character here particularly knows much about.
Of course, it makes perfect sense. If anything, the Burgomaster's son is an idiot for destroying such a union.
And the question is if he actually is an idiot or not.
Well, I'm fairly certain the Burgomaster is allowing him to do magic, so...
So do we agree with the plan?
Well, to do it, we'd have to find evidence.
Which means that we have to go into her house, take advantage of the event tonight.
Well, today.
Today, yeah. Doesn't it start at 7, I think, the event?
Does it start at 7?
I'm not sure, I don't...
7 a.m. or 7 p.m.?
I'm not sure. God?
PM.
PM.
Okay. If the event starts at 7 p.m.
But obviously that also means that, you know, nobody's going to be there until that time, so...
Yes. Which means that if we're going to go into our house before then, she'd be there.
I think we should wait for them to leave.
So, I'm back with the coffee.
Thank you, Vasily.
He puts it down on the table. So, what are you all talking about?
Just discussing the festivities and all. Are you going to be going?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I mean, Vasily does have a picture, a painting, right?
Yes! The painting, yes.
What's
What
wrong?
you gonna paint?
Nothing. It's just
people, or-
I just remembered it's not completely done. Still have time. I'll get to that later.
How's Anna's painting looking?
Oh, it's looking quite good. It's more finished than mine.
What time is the paintings going to be shown?
Students surpassing the teachers so fast. Must be gifted.
Absolutely, I totally agree. It's going to be like I suspect there's going to be some sort of meddling around with the jury if she doesn't win.
Wait, Vasily, how long? How long is the duration of the event?
Well, let me see. It's it completely depends. Do you think only the mandatory part, or do you mean the event in its entirety?
The mandatory part.
Right. Well, I think it would probably start about perhaps 7:30. 7:30 to
2 and 7:30.
sorry.
2, 7 and 7:30.
Half. What?
7:30.
No. Half before 7.
Okay, so 30 minutes 2.
Yes.
Okay.
And then probably 1 hour afterwards as well. 7 is the time when the pictures will actively be revealed. By I'm assuming you probably need to be there quite a bit of a time beforehand with the whole adjusting, because to actually look at the paintings without the whole thing. And after that there's going to be the whole feasting, so that's going to be another thing.
So the paintings are revealed when?
At
Specifically?
7-ish.
Okay.
That's not entirely true. Well, it's more of the whole. They're already going to be revealed-ish beforehand. Well, no, also not. Okay, so there's a period where you go there. Yes, you have your painting and you sort of like set everything up, so where you are, and then you sort of reveal it to the public. They come around, have a look, and people sort of talk about it, and then it is revealed on stage, and then the jury takes a look at it and then talks about it, and so the part with the jury is presumably going to happen at 7. The public part is probably going to happen a bit of time before that.
Okay.
So, are you... So, when are you... I think we should all go together?
Another person there would love to come. I'm not sure if I could.
Are you leaving Vallaki already?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Problem is we have a task from the Burgomaster, which might get in the way.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I might have something for that.
Is it safe to assume that this task exhumes you from participating?
It does.
I may have a solution that would still allow us to participate.
Which is? Come on.
Need to check on it first. Don't mind, I can go for a walk.
Okay, how would a walk help you with that, though?
May have a friend who can help us.
You have friends in Vallaki?
I've been taking my morning walks, meet some interesting people during it.
All right, keep your secrets. Come back with a solution.
Can join me if you want.
Sure, yeah. I'll come with you. Rick, are you coming too?
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Sure. Okay. So Thomas is gonna drink the rest of his coffee.
I can come too if you'd like.
You have a painting to finish, don't you?
I mean, I suppose, yes, but quite frankly, I'm... it's not that important.
Yeah, well, I think I'm also gonna take these two out too. Get their legs a little stretched out, so I'm heading outside the city. I think the last time I was there, I heard a bit of wolves, so you can come if you're willing to deal with those.
You know what? I mean, I don't want you to think I'm a coward or something, since the last time that we did approach wolves, I was a bit caught on the back foot. But I assure you that if it turns out the other way around, I can most definitely get some revenge on a couple of wolves. So.
Yeah, but don't want them bite your painting arm. Would be troublesome.
Don't worry about it. As I said, there's no point really, because we all know Anna's gonna win anyway.
That's my girl. I'm gonna go.
Real talk, by the way, her
There's the
painting isn't
runner-up.
that good, by the way. Just saying, to set expectations realistically.
So Septimus is gonna be standing up and he passed Vasily and put an arm on his shoulder, like really roughly, quite roughly. Like, don't lie, she will win. And then she will tap on his shoulder and head on over to, the room for the kids.
He didn't say she wasn't gonna win. I'm saying that as a GM,
Ah, okay, then scratch that. I'm not gonna bully Vasily.
Bully Vasily, poor
But
guy.
it's so fun.
But goddamn, I will if he dares talk shit about my baby Anna. Yeah, so I'm just gonna head on over to their room and see if they're sleeping or whatnot.
All right. So you're gonna head upstairs, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You do, in fact, roll me stealth.
What?
Roll me stealth.
Why?
The kids are playing doctor.
I mean,
damn.
if you don't want to roll stealth, you can also go there normally. It just depends. Do you want to? You're in a wooden house. There's gonna be creaking.
Why? Oh yeah, they're sleeping. I will stealth. Okay. 14.
Okay, that's good enough.
Like a straight 14.
You sneak upstairs. There's quite a bit of a creaky floor, which also kind of helps with you telling if somebody is using the stairs or not. And you peek inside, and they're still good asleep.
Okay. What time is it in the morning? Is it really early?
Well, right now, be about 7 a.m.
Okay. In that case, 7. I think parents do when they're off to work sometimes, and he's gonna go for Anna, pet her on the head, be like, "Hey, kiddo."
She wakes up.
Hey, shh! Don't wake up.
Huh?
We're just gonna go out to do something, a job. We're gonna be back later, okay? So just don't worry if you wake up and you don't see us here. Work on your painting. And Vasily said you are going to win, so you have a very good chance.
There's a smile forming on her face.
And even if you don't win, don't worry about it. For me, you will win.
Okay.
All right, go back to bed, and he's gonna tug her in again and kiss her on the head.
It was kind of necessary, because the moment you sort of woke her up, she immediately went from 0 to 100, her eyes open. She wanted to already sort of like jump up. But after reassuring her to keep laying there, she does.
Imagine how this kid would wake up on a Christmas morning if she knew what a Christmas morning was.
You mean
If she knew
strong?
what a Christmas morning was, yeah.
Oh,
I'm
God.
pretty sure she would break the step stomping down.
You mean Zahovic Day?
No. No. No.
Anyway,
It's gonna get you sent to concentration camp.
in Balaki we don't celebrate Zahovic Day.
Arbeitsmarkt frei.
Anyway, so you sneak downstairs again, and yeah.
Yeah, and I head on over to them and I say, "All right, we're good to go."
All right.
Alright. The barn downs the coffee and puts it on the table. Thanks.
Vasily's cup was already empty as he arrived.
Maybe try to get some sleep.
No. I couldn't sleep now. I mean, don't worry about it.
Right.
I assure you, I've slept plenty.
Well, you certainly didn't sleep here, so
That may be, but that does not change the truthfulness of my statement.
see you later, Vasily. Have a good day.
You could have told me that before I drank a coffee. Alright, have fun. I'm gonna use the time to work a bit more on my painting.
Very well.
And off we go.
Alright.
And
Quick question. Because you are planning on going outside, I'm just gonna ask Saban, do you take your axe with you?
No.
Alright. In that case,
Oh, woe is those who can't use magic to kill a werewolf.
Saban doesn't need magic or an axe.
where was the impossible killing machines? Unless you got magic.
or these hands.
Yeah.
Savine just want to catch these hands,
Catch
wolf.
these fucking hands, wolf.
Come on, fisticuffs.
I'll punch you in
Not
the
even a
nose.
monk.
Anyway, so you exit, and it's still quite early. There's little going on in Valaki. You hear little things going on. What do you do? Where do you go?
Following Zaban, I suppose.
All right. Okay, so as he heads, as he head down this pathway, you're all going with Saban, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So as he head down this pathway, which I believe is the first time that all of you have gone down this pathway.
Pretty
Yeah,
much, yeah, I think.
Yeah. There's a couple of things of interest. Let me just see. Would there be anything you'd be doing while you're going down this path?
Could I roll perception? Because, yeah, that guy was watching us a lot, yes.
You can roll perception if you do want to.
Absolutely, absolutely, I'm gonna roll perception.
Yeah, Saban is preparing his pipe.
I'm going to use prestidigitation to clean up my clothes.
All right. Septimus, as you do look around, you see, you're trying to be super perceptive. You're like, okay, I'm onto this guy. Roofs, alleyways, corners. He's gonna be this.
Bushes.
Yeah, exactly. Moving bushes, boxes. You never know. Maybe he's gonna pull a snake. But as
Which snakes hide in a box?
As
I
he-
wonder.
As you keep your eyes open, you do not catch any sight of the man that you've seen on multiple times now. In fact, you know what? Just because you spotted him multiple times, I'm even going to say that any consecutive time that you roll to try and find him, you have advantage on it. But you do not find him. You do not see him.
Saban gives
I'm
an
gonna
eye out
call
just
out
for
anyway.
general interests.
I'm gonna call out to him anyway.
What do you say?
I know you're watching us. Stop it. It's annoying.
A confused old man sort of walks by and goes, "Sorry," and keeps on by. Some people these days. And
Well, even if the man wasn't really good at hiding, it still had some useful abilities for infiltrating a house, wouldn't you think?
Very
Yeah.
useful.
damn younglings. You see, to your right, not far in the distance, not quite at the border as it is in the picture, you see a very large building with 3 main towers going up into the sky. Looking kind of like what looks like a massive building. sort of like a big boarding school or something of the kind. It looks very big, very, very majestic almost. As you see that in the distance as you're passing by. And another thing that you notice is that a very sort of large open place here where you see multiple carts standing around. Sort of like a parking lot, if you can imagine that. Several carts being parked there, some open, some closed, and all sorts of different sizes and shapes, just standing around there, and also a couple of tall shacks all next to each other, as well as a very clear distinction of where you can enter and sort of basically talk for the fees of leaving your cart standing around. There's also a couple of animals, specifically horses. And yeah, you keep on walking, and there's nothing in particular that happens until you get to the border. Now, several of you have done this song and dance before. One of the guards stands there and goes, "Identify yourselves. What is your business?"
Saban and a walk.
And
Remus on the walk.
looks at Rika.
Recast, same as those two.
The guard frowns a bit. In fact, Septimus, you recognize that guy as the guard that was last time on the west gate. As he sort of looks at all of you a bit annoyingly and goes, "Actually, Saban, yeah, same guard for you. You also went through the west gate, I think, at some point." And he just goes,
Shift, huh?
I think actually Saban circled back to the north gate when he was out for a walk.
"Yeah, actually, now that you say it, yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Still, he did saw you cross the road."
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, pass on through. He makes a couple of notes.
Thank you.
Don't thank me, it's my job. And you pass on
Thank you for
through.
doing your job.
Yeah. Start making our distance.
All right.
Anyway,
So you take a walk. Is there anything you would like to discuss during that time?
I was thinking we could ask that man to look at the house for us. I thought we could ask that man to look at the house for us.
What man? I'm confused. What are you talking about?
Zaban's talking to Septimus and Rika.
Oh,
What man?
The man who played hide and seek with us last night.
Could we?
Worth a try.
Doesn't he work for the lady?
There's a small chance, but I'm pretty sure we are owed a bigger favor.
Fair enough. Sure, why not?
At the very least, I think we'll get confirmation if he works for her or not, or if it was related to something else. And we can actually cut through the forest here as Saban starts walking through the woods.
all right. As you do, you come to the familiar campsite that you've been to before. For the other two, it's the first time here. So allow me to describe. You come to a section where the forest clears and you see a hill with a building on top as well as several buildings surrounding the hill. Around there are also a bunch of tents set up, basically all around the buildings. And you see a bunch of people guarding the place. Specifically, Rika, you recognize the race. These are dark elves. You see some of the guards are dark elves, similar to the one that you held before. As they are standing guard in front of some of the houses, And there's also a couple of humans about, also, looking like they have weapons and everything, guarding. And yes, as you arrive there, can I assume that Saban leads them to the tent, to where they were last time?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. As you do go there, you hear a bit of, as you go to your tent, there's a couple of guards in front that sort of block your path as you try to approach it. Standing in your path. So looking at you.
Look familiar at all?
Not really. You don't particularly remember this one. Then again, to be honest, you haven't paid particularly much attention to the guards that were standing there the last time you were here.
It's alright, I'm here to just see Radu.
His eyes sort of, well, alright, stay here.
Saban.
Right. Christian, go inside. Ask if any Saban he knows of. The other guard goes inside the tent, while the other one sort of remains there with sword drawn. Not particularly threatening, but definitely drawn, so he would be ready for anything.
Saban kind of reveals his cape just to show that he is holding a sword in his hand.
Which doesn't ease tensions, but,
It was more like him showing that I do have this, but I don't plan to use it. I don't need to keep it a secret.
And it doesn't take long, as actually the out of the tent comes no other than the man you were looking for. Ah, it is you! Oh, and you brought friends. How can I help
Yes. Oh, don't mind, I guess introduction.
You can stand
is a good
down,
place
it's
to
fine.
start. No, Saban steps to the side to point to his companions.
Well, how can I help?
Well,
He reached out with one hand towards Septimus first.
Septimus takes his hand and shakes it.
And
It's
he
a pleasure to meet
introduces,
you.
himself as, what was it, Erado?
Radu Kritsky.
Ah, yes, Radu Kritsky. He introduced himself as Radu Kritsky, and before he moves on to also shake Rika's hand.
She shakes it.
All right. And, well, what brings you here to our small encampment?
Well, I was wondering if you know a friend of yours that was it Valentina's uncle?
Oh, you mean my brother?
Yeah, was he a brother?
If you're referring to the man that was with me
And
last
who
time,
was
yes.
with you? Yeah.
What is your business with? Did something happen?
I'm wondering, is he or your group as a whole being hired by anyone at the moment, or?
Oh, him specifically. He, he's just a relative. He came over to help me when names. Just help me out
Valentina.
here. Valentina. When Valentina went missing, to help out a little bit, but he doesn't normally stick around here.
Right.
He does his own things, but I've heard he's working in Valaki currently. If that isn't safe
So
to
it
matter.
seems we bumped into him a couple times last night.
I hope.
Do you know where he's now?
Hard to say. Somewhere in Valaki, I would assume. But I hope nothing bad has happened.
No, I did almost check him by accident, but luckily it didn't go to that.
Well,
No.
I mean, if you almost did, I don't think there's any worry about him. He's a Brazilian kind. I don't think he would hold it against you.
That's good to know. Good to know. Well, it's a damn shame. I was hoping he'd be here.
Well, I mean,
Didn't know he was so good at getting in and out of places.
oh yeah, he certainly has a knack for it. But I mean, is there something particularly you need from him? Perhaps I can try and reach him.
Well, the thing is, if he's working for someone in Valaki, I think he may be working for a person I would like him to do something. I thought if he was part of your tribe, I could get him to do you a favor.
Not really. I mean, he's family, of course, yes, but he's not really, he's not really he's with me, but he's not really part of this whole. Actually, come inside, rather. Don't want to looks around.
No, yeah, fine. What's Valentina been doing?
Oh, much better. In fact, she well, I'm not sure if it's good or not, but to be honest, from what you've told me, it's probably good. She doesn't seem to remember anything from before it happened, which might be good, I guess. So
yeah, I think it would be.
Yeah. Either way, you all follow inside?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I must apologize. I don't have that many chairs set up, but either way, it's just to get away from prying eyes. But yeah, as I said,
That won't be an issue.
my brother, he's just, he's sort of a freelancer. Well, not particularly a freelancer. He's always been working vigilantly for, for good price. I've heard that he's quite good in what he does. I think last I heard he was working for some sort of noble family in Valaki.
Vector, possibly.
Maybe, yes. Could be. Don't take my word for it. Actually, hang on. There are only two noble families in Valaki, aren't there? There's the Kun Bogamaster and then there's Vestra, so it must be Vestra because...
Well,
There's
there's
technically Vasilia as
three,
well.
but yeah.
I don't know anyone like that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the Bogamaster is like totally anti-Vistani. Although, I guess, maybe it's only a political moment. Maybe he would hire. I don't know.
Yeah, skills usually do get you past a lot of predispositions. Well, do you know if he has any usual places he hangs out in Valaki?
I'm really sorry. I can't really help you with that. But yeah, what is it that you want of my brother? I can try and reach him. Relay a message if you like.
I don't want to disclose all the job details. Hopefully understandable, but
Well,
if you can get a reach of him, I would like to talk. He does seem to quite easily find us out, so don't think it would be a problem.
I'm not quite certain how easily I can reach him. I could try and see if I can get him to come to me, and when he does, I can sort of relay the message that you've been looking for him.
Yeah.
Can you give me like any place he should try and meet you? Any time?
Well, I'm fine with as soon as possible. He seems to have been able to find us pretty well, so hopefully be able to do it again. Most likely we're going to be either around the western half of Valaki or and near the bundle of taverns near Silver Hilt.
I can't help but notice that it sounds like you've worked against him professionally before. Is there any issues I should know of?
I'm not sure if he was working against us or if he was just keeping an eye. It seemed like he was following us last night.
He seemed a bit frustrated that we were able to...
Yeah.
And that's the extent of our interactions.
Well, the way I know my brother, nobody sees him unless he wants them to.
Perhaps he's a very
Well,
good
the
actor.
look on his face when I saw him didn't seem like that was intended of him.
Well, maybe that's what he wanted you to think. Or maybe maybe he's not working against you after all. I don't know. But
that's why I'm thinking, like, there's a chance that we could align our goals.
I mean, I guess I can tell him, Saban,
Saban, Primus, and Barika.
I can perhaps relay the message to him once I see him. But that's the thing. He doesn't exactly. I don't even know when he comes.
No, right. Well, it's completely fine. It's understandable. Drinks-wise, from what I've seen in Valaki, it's mostly wine and ale they have. Nothing harder.
Yeah, well, that's doesn't sound good. Do they have any of the shipments from the Wizard of the Winery?
There's some stuff going on, like you said, so haven't heard any shipments.
I wasn't completely certain because I was thinking perhaps we've just been cut off and everyone else still gets them, but Yeah, I guess that confirms it.
Yeah, I did try asking around. It seems like the bit of a shortage on the harder stuff. Well, try to keep my eyes open for a bit more.
All right.
But yeah, thank you for your help.
Absolutely.
Hopefully you get a hold of your brother.
As I say, it's hard to get a hold of him. Just going to help that he shows himself sometime soon. After all, he wants to be a good uncle, so I'm assuming he's going to appear at some point too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's gonna miss her niece. If she still remembers, do you tell her hi from me?
He seems thoughtful. Quite frankly, I'm quite happy with her forgetting. I'm not sure if I want to dig up anything there, but I guess I will relay the message, yeah.
Yeah, if nothing else, just the guy who walked into camp offered to find you booze then.
Very well. Anything else?
I can't think of anything. That was my main thing I had in mind.
Another thing, but
Saban looks to the other two.
if you are planning to, I don't know, recruit him or something like that, I would just let you know that his prices are rather high from what I've heard. So do not get your hopes up too much.
How high is high exactly?
I don't know the details. Me and my brother, we don't talk about business all that much. But
Understandable.
considering the fact that he works mostly for nobles,
Understandable.
well, I wish you a nice time then. You
Thank
can
you
look
very
by
much.
any time if you want to.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll try to make my next visit be with a few bottles with me.
You'd be more than welcome then.
Hopefully so. Thank you.
Thank you. By the way, if it hadn't been obvious, the humans here are Vistani very clearly. Like from the dressing, that's also why I'm giving him a bit of... And yeah, just pointing that out.
Yeah.
So, you leave the tent?
Yeah, Saban asks if the other two can think of anything else.
As you look around, you can hear slight screaming in the background.
Excuse me?
Kids playing, screaming, or fighting, screaming.
Or dying screaming.
Not finger cringing, but more like screams of anguish and pain.
The fuck?
Nobody seems to mind. The guards don't even acknowledge it, but you can hear it, faintly. It's not that far away. Even.
Saban is still close to, like, at the tent entrance. He'll kind of pop his head back in.
Oh, it's not in the tent.
Yeah, no, but he's gonna pop his head back in to basically ask, like, what's up with that?
Huh? Oh, sorry. Don't mind it. It's nothing big. It's just disciplining of some people that, do things. It's nothing bad. It's just somebody being whipped for committing a crime. Don't pay it any heed.
Alright, well. Hopefully they learned their lesson.
Hopefully so.
What did they do?
Well, without getting into too many details, let me just assure you they deserve it.
Alright. I mean, Saban kind of tries to pat Septimus on his way.
Can I do
While
an
they're
insight
whispering.
check on this guy? Like,
Okay, you can roll an
someone's
insight.
being tortured,
Go
and
on.
they're like, "Trust me, they deserve it."
I mean, Saban lowly
Yeah, I don't believe you,
speaks.
bitch.
Yeah,
Are
Saban
you
speaks.
sure?
Yeah, Saban whispers to Septimus in a low tone. It's better than being locked in a cage with a donkey head sewn on your head.
15.
Okay, 15. you can definitely tell that he feels uncomfortable in going into deeper detail, especially with what is essentially you are outsiders of this camp. And you feel what you get the impression of is that he definitely feels like it is deserved, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. But the reason he's not telling you is more so because, well, you're an outsider more than him trying to hide anything. He just feels uncomfortable telling you.
Okay, well, I'm gonna eye him, but after Saban pats Septimus Sharrison on the shoulder, yeah, she's gonna follow him. Who am I?
Who am I? Who am I?
Who am I? Am I even real?
Who knows?
Do I exist?
Not me.
Am I
knows?
Ben?
Not me.
Is this all a dream?
Maybe. Who
As you
knows?
deliberate on all these things, you find yourself standing outside of the tents. Behind you still looming the hill with the different houses, which do seem to stand out a little bit among the tents.
Have we left the city now?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And we're
Excellent. So we're
outside
out in the
the
nature.
walls and gates. Yeah.
I would like to check for Blue Raven.
Okay.
Who's surprised?
Roll me a perception with advantage, I suppose.
All right, great. I like Blue Raven. They're nice.
What?
24.
Oh, bloody crap.
Blue, give me Blue Ravens.
No.
Let me just think real quick. As you look around at every single facet where a raven could possibly be, you notice that there are a couple of ravens around, perched on some of the trees. As you look around, you don't particularly notice any of them that are blue. You look a bit more around the tents, the screams of anguish. You look at the houses, at the roofs, and no, you're pretty much sure there is no blue raven anywhere around here. But what you do notice is the particular carvings and different engravements in the wood of the different houses that were built here. And it occurs to you that very clearly these houses have been here much longer than the tents that have been set up.
Okay, but
Essentially.
Bluebird? Raven?
No.
I always get disappointed that if I roll 20, the Blue Raven isn't going to materialize just for that roll.
I'm sorry.
That is so frustrating.
But as I say, you notice the particular engravements in the wood, which looks very old, very...
I don't care. So what? It's an old house. Big deal.
I'm giving you something, okay?
I'm going to say to them, these houses are very old, but there are no blue ravens here. Let's leave. These are very old houses.
They definitely are. I'm sorry, but if you ask, hey, can I find a sack full of 1,000 pieces of gold, and you roll that 20, it's not going to manifest either.
Oh,
Can I
fuck,
try
there
to-
goes my plan.
Fuck, yeah, that would have been a good idea.
Anyway,
Natural 20s don't defy the logic of the universe.
no.
What do you
I
mean?
know,
I
but they
can
should-
say that I will jump to the moon, and if I get a nat 20, it will succeed. That's the law.
You should at least get to the stratosphere, right?
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sure.
Listen.
You can do that, but you know how much damage you're going to get on the way down?
my ruling on,
You know
on
what?
this...
The fact is, I made it to
200
the stratosphere. It doesn't matter.
Here's my ruling on this in
I
particular.
mean, that caps
If you,
out.
Roll that
Full
number
damage
on top of
caps
your
out.
head.
if you ask something particularly ridiculous, I'm not going to make you roll at all. If you ask for something like perception-wise to look around for something in particular, I might still make you roll even if the thing that in particular you're looking for isn't there. And depending on how high you roll, you may still notice other things that you weren't even looking for. So in this case, you roll very high, and despite the fact that there are no blue ravens, you notice other things in your environment. It's like if you were to go through a dungeon, you were asking, are there any secret doors, and you roll really high. You may not find any secret doors, but you may still spot traps. Anyway, that's my quick telling you about how I rule this stuff. But moving on. Actually, would you like to have a quick break here at this portion?
Sure.
Okay, let's